Hi guys! Today, that's not what I wanted to start with, but we're just gonna go with it. Hi, welcome to episode 25 of the Stress Knits podcast. I'm Stacy, also known as Stress Knits on Ravelry and Stacy Elston on Instagram. And just a quick aside on that, it doesn't bother me that much, but just a quick PSA, my name is spelled S-T-A-C-Y. It's cool if you spell my name wrong. It doesn't offend me, but I just wanted to put that out there because, names and such. But, so episode 25, today is August 4th, also known as a month until my sister's wedding, and the day before the opening ceremonies of the Rio Olympics. So, super exciting. So I have a decent amount to talk to you about today. I have two finished objects, which are not socks. What? I feel a little kooky right now, but it's fine. So I have two finished objects, some works in progress, some stash enhancement, some info on my shop, including a shop update, announcement, and showing you some colorways, some one-of-a-kind and some new additions to my line, some of my favorite things, and so it may rain. There's a large picture window that opens out into our balcony, and gray sky with lots of wind. So if you hear anything, that's what that is. Plus the air conditioning's on because I got to Doug's and it was like 85 degrees in here, so a little warm. So I'm Stacy and let's get into some knitting. So I have two finished objects. I'll start with the smaller one first. This is a simple colorwork hat that I knit for my future sister-in-law, Gemma. She is leaving for school soon in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, so we're in the Detroit area, like right outside of Detroit, and up to the UP where she's going to school is about 9.5, 10 hours away, so it's super cold, super cold. And so I knit her this, I really think it's cute. I knit her this hat to keep her warm and cozy when she's walking to classes, because hats made me happy when I was walking to classes when it was cold out, and I was in West Virginia, so it wasn't even that cold. But so I just thought I'd knit this for her. It's of my own making. It's not anything extraordinary. I still have to block it to chill the color work out a little bit, but I used Cascade 220 Superwash, and I forget the colors. The gray is Space Needle though. I know that because it's the last ball that I have from the first sweater that I ever made, because I ordered a ball too many, just to be safe. So this is a little wonky, some tension issues. My float's on the inside. So it's just a standard beanie. I cast on 96 stitches. Oh, this is, see how much I need to just make this chill. But that's just the back of the hat, right? I'm looking at it so I'm not covering my face. Okay, I'll look at you guys. So I cast on 96 stitches, which is pretty much my go-to for a worsted weight hat, and it's gonna stretch. I'm gonna stretch it out a little width-wise to make it comfortable, and then stretch it lengthwise. So I will put this on just to show you. There's the wonkiness, there it is. So it's not super slouchy. That's the perfect amount of slouch for me. Once it's blocked out, it's gonna be a lot better. But so that is finished object number 1, and I finished that about an hour ago. So there is that. And then I finished my Pure Joy. I haven't blocked this yet or weaved in the ends because I brought this to Doug's to block because there's more room, there's a spare bedroom, which is like his office, but I can just use the floor with some towels and just stretch it out a little bit. There's not room for that at my house right now, because pre-wedding crazy cleaningness, I don't want it to get in the way. So here it is. So and I left my Tuft Woolens, that's what I was about to say. I left my Tuft Woolens at my house. So, let me get that out. Okay, so here is that. This thing, so pre-blocked, this thing is already, it's huge, right? It's so big. This is going to be a staple, and I have been playing around with how to wear it because I'm just awkward with asymmetrical shawls anyway, but it's probably going to be like this a lot in the winter, so I can just like smush down into it. Yeah, so that's probably how I'm gonna wear it. But I really loved this. It only took me about 2 weeks to knit, super fast. The last two wedges, so the last, okay, so I'll say the two colors that I used first. So I used Modern Fair Isle, and I think I said Panther last time, but that's wrong. This is Leopard. So Modern Fair Isle and Leopard in Madeline Tosh Merino Light. So that's what this is. So the last Modern Fair Isle wedge and the Leopard wedge took forever. I knit the majority of the last wedge, the dark wedge, going to Indianapolis and coming back from Indianapolis. I'll talk about that later at the end of the podcast, but yeah, so I did most of that. It's a super easy knit. I highly recommend it. I see myself knitting at least one more just because I love it. I might even knit my mom one for my wedding. She really loves it too, but this is for sure mine because they're my colors. I love neutrals and it's just perfect. So yeah, I really enjoyed the knit. Joji Locatelli is a genius, and yeah. Also, if you can't tell, my hair's starting to get curlier because it's humid in here, and my hair is not naturally straight. I straighten it so that when I put it up, it's not all bumpy at the top of my head because I have naturally wavy, curly hair depending on the time of the year. So yeah, that's why I straighten my hair. It makes me feel good. But yeah, so I really loved this. So it's done. Fastest shawl on and off my needles. I loved it. Joji Locatelli, guys. Check out all of her patterns. I have queued up quite a few. There's just, I want to knit like 3 or 4 of her sweaters. I actually purchased 2 because she's having a sale, I think until Saturday. Don't quote me, but it's 10% off all of her patterns. So look at her Instagram and there will be a coupon code. But I bought the Madewell sweater, which is going to be for sure a cast on after I get at least one of my sweaters off the needle, which I'll talk about in a second. So I purchased the Madewell and the 3-color cashmere cowl, which I am so excited for. And I found out that one yarn store that's semi-local carries Quince & Company, which is what I want to make it out of. But the thing is, I have ran into the problem that some local yarn stores carry Quince & Company, but only carry linen. So there are other brands that they carry there that I really want to go check out. It's in Ann Arbor. They have Brooklyn Tweed, which I love, and I'll talk about later too. But yeah, so the Madewell will be on my needle soon, and so will the 3-color cashmere cowl. Because I want to knit all of the fall things. I am obsessed with it getting cold. Like, I want it to be cold so badly. Okay, so I'll leave the most exciting for last. So in my favorite drawstring bag ever, I have Doug's Unaware socks. This is our colorway that he dyed. It's underwear based off the 1975. and I actually have an acquisition regarding this, but I finished the leg and put in a heel flap. Because he wanted one this time. I wanted to knit one for him this time because the first pair of socks that I ever knit for him were heel flap and gusset, but I also knit them entirely too short for his leg. So this is much longer, but I just love how this colorway knits up. Yeah. So this is on the smooth sock base, which is not going to be a regular in the shop, but will be coming back, and we'll talk about that at the end with the shop update, so people that don't care don't have to watch this. But when I went to a local yarn store in Indianapolis, I purchased my first set of sock DPNs. So these are carbons, US 1.5. I have no idea what the length is because I didn't check. I want to say these are 5 inches, but I'm not sure. I'm obsessed with these. I love them so much. This sock was originally on Magic Loop with carbons, US 1.5, 2.5 millimeter. But I switched them on the car ride just so I could try them out to see if I liked them, and I love them. I honestly think it's the carbon needle because other DPNs that I've tried I have not been a fan of. And I've tried wooden. I have not tried metal yet. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, so these are just chilling. I finished the gussets and I'm just sitting down the foot, but his foot is large, so it's going to take 5 million years. So yeah, the next time you'll see this, it will be a hoe or a finished pair of socks because it's gonna take me a minute to make these. But yeah, so that is that, and I love them. They're super, super soft. So I don't know what else to say about that, so I'm just gonna put that away. Yeah, so there's that. I've also worked on my Molly Weasley sock, the second sock. So I showed this last time, I believe. Yep. So this is the first finished sock. This is Nomadic Yarns in the Molly Weasley colorway. And I did a Knit Pick stroll in Rouge for the heel flap and heel turn. So it's that. And then I cast on for the second. There's my wool wash for when I block stuff later. It smells so good. Oh, I love it. Royal Apiary by Tuft Woolens. It is one of my favorites. Okay, so here is the second sock. This is the ball of yarn in the adorable little gumball that she hand winds all of her self-striping into. And I just did the cuff and am working down the leg. So I did this while I was dyeing the yarn that I'm going to show you later. These are on US 1's 2.25 millimeter Addy Turbo sock rockets, which are my favorite needles besides carbons. So yeah, this is living in a bag that I sewed. Nothing special, just a little sack. Not very good craftsmanship, but it holds things and the print makes me happy. So there's that. And then the last thing that I've been working on, I have way more whips than this, but I've only worked on a few of them because I've been feeling a little monogamous just to get some stuff off the needles. Excuse me. Yeah, so in my fat squirrel bag that I love, I want more fat squirrel bags, for bags so much, is my Gable sweater. Oh gosh, you guys, I'm pumped. I came really close to frogging this last night when I was attaching sleeves. I had to have attached the sleeves wrong, but you know what? They still have holes to put my arms into, and this has been languishing. I cast this on in November of 2015, so almost a year. And as long as I get it done before November, I will feel like I was successful. So, like I said, these are on a 32-inch cord, so it looks super tiny. I'm not this tiny, you guys, I promise. I'm just trying to smooth the arms out so they don't look ridiculous. I attached my sleeves! So it's all crumpled up. This is the Gable sweater. I love it so much. Yeah. There is a difference, not in dye lot or anything, but because I blocked the body of it just to give me some mojo when I was still at school to work on the sleeves, when I attached the ball of yarn again to begin working in the round after I finished the sleeves, it's just a different texture. So, and it's a little crumply. So you see that little difference right there? Oh well. But yeah, I knit both sleeves. I knit them to be, once they're blocked out, they should hit me about here. So just shy of bracelet length. So between bracelet length and 3/4 inch. So that way I can still squish them up a little bit. I was just really sick of knitting sleeves when I knit the first one. So sleeve, and they're gonna block out a little bit. So I'm really excited. I don't have terribly long arms anyway. This is gonna be a somewhat cropped sweater. That is not what I went into originally, but again, I just wanna get this off the needles. I will still wear it because I'll wear shirts like this underneath it that come down past my butt to cover up that area when I wear the sweater. Or like a tank top, or I'll wear something longer underneath because I'm not really a cropped sweater kind of girl. I like to be cozy, so that way I can be cozy with this sweater. But yeah, so I still love that little detailing. I love the short row shaping. I will say though, I don't know if I will ever knit a bottom-up sweater again. Not my cup of tea. That's just kind of where I'm at this. I just want to get this done. I have to knit a few more rounds, and by a few I mean like 10 more rounds, over almost 400 stitches, and then start doing the yoke decreases. So this will hopefully be done maybe by the end of August, but for sure before November. This will be done. I'm knitting them, the body is knit on a US 4, I believe. Yeah, US 4, carbons, interchangeables. I bought like the starter set that starts, I think it starts with a US 2.5 to a US 6, which are the sizes I use the most anyway. I've just added cords to my collection. Not that big of a deal. But I love it. I can't wait to have it and to wear it and for it to be sweater season. So I have this much left of the ball from the sleeves. This is O-wool, O-wash fingering in the Pearly Muscle colorway. I'll put those away. Sorry. But Pearly Muscle colorway, I love O-wool. I will knit with it again for sweaters. I really love the fabric it makes after it is blocked. So yeah, I love it. I'm super excited to be working on this again and to be doing something besides sleeves. I do think the next time I knit a sweater, I will knit the sleeves, at least one sleeve after I separate for the sleeves, because again, I'm gonna do top down, at least for right now. Yeah. So there's that. I love it. I'm just excited to be done with it and to cast on into sweater. Because, yeah. Okay, so that is everything I've been working on. So now we are going to go into some stash enhancement. So besides the double pointed needles I bought from this yarn store, which I forgot to write down because I haven't been doing show notes lately. Just haven't At least for myself, I'll do an abridged kind of quickie show notes when I put up the video, which you can find in our Ravelry group, the Stress Knits Ravelry group. You'll find it under episode 25. Oh, speaking of, before I get to stash enhancement, we have a giveaway and a cow going on. So the giveaway is for a skein of my hand-dyed yarn of your choice, and all you have to do is tell me what you're grateful for and be a member of the group, and I will draw that next week, I believe. It'll either be next week or the week after. Just kind of depends on my mood. I think it'll be next week though. Plan on next week. Next time I record, I will announce the winner and ask you to get in contact with me. And then we have the Just Knit It Cal, which I'm super excited about just because it's super laid back. Not a lot of rules. There are almost no rules. The only rule is just on vanilla socks, which you can knit vanilla socks. It's just, you know, rules are in the cow thread, and I'm really excited about it. Literally anything that you've been holding back because something scared you. For me, it's going to be finishing my gable sweater and knitting my brioche shawl, because I've wanted to knit the La Moille shawl since it came out, which is the squishy shawl by Mina Phillip, and I just really want to knit it, and I want to knit it out of a wet yarn, which I have is Knit Pick Stroll, and Tulip Fields by With Pointed Sticks, which, by the way, she started podcasting again. Go check her out. I love Susan. Go check her out. Who is my indie dyer of August, and I'm going to be knitting. I didn't bring it with me because I'm a slacker. Not really, but I need to wind up my skein of Tulip Fields, which she so graciously gifted to me, and sorry, I just kicked the table. And I will be knitting that in the brioche shawl, and I'm so excited. Yeah, I'm just over the moon with that skein of yarn, and I need it to be around my neck. So I will be knitting brioche, and I will finish my gable sweater by the end of September. So it runs from now to the end of September. Do it, you guys. Just do it. Just knit it. Knit whatever is gonna challenge you, make you happy. Knit with yarn that you've been hoarding. Just knit it. Just knit it. Okay. So there's that. Yeah. I've been watching a lot of just all the tangents. I'm watching a lot of Two People podcasts lately, and it makes me wish that I had somebody to talk to, because I feel like it'd be a lot more fun. But, you know, we'll see what happens. Anyway, I went to a local yarn store in Indianapolis when I was visiting my soon-to-be brother-in-law and sister-in-law, and hung out with my future niece, and it was a lot of fun. I got some kitty snuggles, which I really want a cat now, but Doug hates cats, so it's not gonna happen. She kept petting my face though, which is the sweetest thing ever. I love her. But I always, when I go to a new city, look up a local yarn store that has yarn either that I have never seen in person or something that I know I'll buy. And this shop had Brooklyn Tweed. So this is Brooklyn Tweed Loft in the Long Johns colorway. I love Brooklyn Tweed. I know a lot of people have qualms about it because it breaks easily. It's getting blown out by the sun. Brooklyn Tweed Loft, and I'm going to knit a socket hat for the Hey Sister podcast. Their hat along. This will be one of my hats that I knit. This will be a socket hat. I have knit a socket hat out of Brooklyn Tweed before for a friend, and I loved the way that it came out. I loved the way that it blocked. It was the only time I've ever knit with Brooklyn Tweed, and I knit that one out of the postcard colorway. but I have a dream of having a little section of my winter hats that are in all of my favorite colors of Brooklyn tweed. So I picked up this red one because I've always wanted a red hat. So this will be it. I almost bought Hayloft, almost bought Postcard. Those are the 3 that I for sure want hats out of, but Brooklyn tweed colors just make my heart sing. So this will be on top of my head soon. So that's what I got there. And then my Nomadic Yarns shipment came in, and I already took the tags off because I am horrible. I don't really care about tags, but I want to knit with these soon. So here they are. I love them. Well, I'll show you this one first. This is Trelawney, out of that crazy professor that we all love. These will be socks for Doug. I just think it's gorgeous. This green is beautiful. So those will be for Doug. And then these, which is Dobby is a free elf, will be mine. And I love them. This color combination. I love it so much. I already put a square of this on my Cozy Memories blanket because I'm insane. Which I have been working on, but I just don't feel like lugging it over here. So you'll see it eventually. I promise. I'm still working on it because all of you lovely people gave me so many beautiful scraps. So yeah, but I got these 2. I already put Hermione in my cart and will be purchasing that at some point. She's coming out with all of these new colorways I'm obsessed with, and usually I'm not one to fall prey to the I'm just gonna buy this because of who it's named after, but I don't care what it looks like. When she comes out with a Fred and George colorway, which I am positive that she will because she said she has many more up her sleeve, when she comes out with a Fred and George colorway, I will be buying it because Fred Weasley is my favorite character in the books besides Hermione and Molly. I love him, and I don't want to, I mean, everybody should know by now, but broke my heart when you know what happened. And I still think him and Hermione should have ended up together instead of her and Ron. Seriously, go back and read the books. Their flirting is ridiculous. I love them. But yeah, so these will be socks soon. I love them to death. Now I'm going to move on to a section that I will do every now and then, which is going to be a My Favorite Things segment. I have some stuff to share. One is Tuft Woolens because I'm obsessed. I actually have, where did I put it? Right? No, it's in my other one. Project bags. I now understand why they're awesome. I used to be super snobby and not want to buy project bags because it's either buying project bags or buying yarn, but I love project bags now. But Tuft Woolens. One, this is amazing. Her hand cream stuff, hand balm, right? Hand and body balm. You guys, I cannot recommend this more. I love it. I just love Tuft Woolens in general. I just purchased her 2 new scents. I really want to get a bar of her lavender cedarwood sock wash, but she's always out when I go to buy it. So this is the last little bit of Royal Apiary that I have because I sent it out with my first round of shipments for my yarn. I love it. Royal Apiary is beautiful. This is Russian Flower, which is also amazing. But I just purchased I think it's called Fresh or Fresh Breeze or something like that, and it's supposed to be like lemon and light and beautiful. Super excited about that. one that I'm super excited for is the grapefruit and peppercorn scent. So that should be here soon. I think it's going to be here Friday is what the shipping said. But I'm super excited. I love Martha's stuff. She's been great when I've had, I had one issue because it was my own fault. But she was super understanding and helped me out, made sure everything was good. So, love her. Highly recommend Tuft Woolens. It's one of my favorite things right now. Yeah. So, there's that. The second thing I want to talk about. So, I got my first pop character. I love her. It's Sadness from Inside Out. She is me. I am she. Love her. She's my favorite character from Inside Out. She's the one I identify most with, and I just love her. So I've been looking for her forever, and my sister, for my graduation, got me a gift card to Barnes & Noble to kind of build my library. I know this isn't exactly building my library. I got a knitting book and a book I'll show you in a second with that gift card, plus this, and I still have a little left. But I saw her, and I've been looking for her for ages, so I just had to do it. Love her. So, this is like, it's heavy too. But I love her. She's going to go somewhere super cute in this apartment. I don't want to put her over there. I'm going to knock her over. Okay, so there's that. Well, I guess I'll talk about this. Next is my Starbucks drink of choice this past month has been a Starbucks double shot. Non-fat milk, no classic, 2 white mocha. It's delicious. A little sweeter than I tend to go for, but it has 4 shots of espresso in it. It's delicious. I highly recommend it. So that's, there's that. And then, this bad boy. I'm still in part 1. Still in Act 1, part 1. And, alright. We're gonna get real for a second. I'm not gonna spoil anything because it's only been out a few days and, you know, people have lives. Or they are really fast readers. It's one or the other. I'm trying to savor this as much as possible because there will probably not be any more. But so I already know what's gonna happen because I like spoilers. Yeah. So I already know what's gonna happen. I'm not the biggest fan of it. But even though it's a play, and it's written as a play, and you have to understand that this is a play. So everybody was kind of going into it thinking it was going to be as beautifully written as all of the other Harry Potter books. It is a play. It will come to life with the acting, and that is what you have to understand about this book. It reads kind of campy, but let's face it, all Harry Potter is kind of campy. We were just a lot younger when it came out. I will admit that there are some things with character development that I'm not the biggest fan of. But at the same time, it's Harry Potter. It is already giving me closure that I didn't have with the words "all was well." It's giving me closure, and for that, I am incredibly grateful. It is as good as I thought it could be, because let's face, I was really hesitant about this. Big Harry Potter girl, super nerdy about Harry Potter, read all the books. I'm thinking about going through them again because it's been a hot minute, but read all the books, super obsessed with it my entire life, did a few midnight premieres. I've been seeing a lot of negativity about this book, this play, and how it reads like fan fiction, and I get it, I really do. But I still think that with the acting, it would be phenomenal. Yeah. I don't like Harry as a dad, though. I never really liked Harry, let's be honest. But I love it. I feel like I'm gonna get through this in the next week. Plays read really fast for me anyway. But yeah, so super recommend if you're a Harry Potter chick or man or whatever. I hate the word chick. I don't know why I just used it. But, yeah. So, with that weird section of this that I feel a little weird about, let's talk about yarn. So, if you are not into shop update stuff for my shop, which is Stress Knits, you do not have to watch this whatsoever. Do not feel obligated. So thank you for checking me out. If you're new or if you're returning and coming back and you don't want to watch this, thank you so much. But if you want to hear about the shop, let's talk about it. So, it's been a little while since our first shop update, and I say our because my fiance Doug helps me with a lot of the graphics, he does the photography, all that jazz, and then everything else. He helps me dye sometimes. He did not help me this time. He had too much work to do with his freelance. Yeah. So I did all of the dyeing this round. Came up with a few new colorways that will for sure be repeated. Then I think there's three that will probably not be because they're colorways that I really want to dye, but it's just not coming out how I want them. But we have been, the hard thing about getting a business started is the money you have to put into it. So I'm just going to be super transparent with you guys and say that this is a really small shop update because at the time we could not afford to put the money into the yarn that we need to buy. We are going to this weekend when there is a new payment cycle. So there will be a larger shop update, I would say in 2 weeks, just to give the yarn time to get here and to give us time to dye it. Yeah. So there will be a bigger shop update. There's only going to be 8 skeins. Because one of them I'm sending away to some friends for a prize for a cow that they're doing. Yeah. So that, and I had a custom order that I had to fulfill. So there will be no repeats of colorways in this update from the first one. Just because I wanted to play around with new things, because it was going to be a smaller one, I didn't want to do repetitive colorways at this time. Next shop update, there will be more bell jar, more airplane over the sea. So there will be more of that, more of the colorways that I'm showing today that are repeatable, and there will be sparkle. Which I'm going to show you. They're going to different homes because I am super grateful for these two people in my life, and I just wanted to give them something because I love them. And they're both very talented dyers as well. So I'll actually show those now. Well, no, I'll show these last. I will show you one of a kinds. These will be in the shop tomorrow, August 5th. Yes, August 5th at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow, Friday. Okay. So this, I was trying to recreate another version of I Smell Mermaids. Actually, this was going to be a mint color with some speckles, but it went too green for me, so I poured a bunch of teal on it. That's what happened. This is going to be Down in the Forest, because I just saw 21 Pilots and they did that song, so I was super happy. don't worry, it won't be as crinkly when you get it. But all of these are on my favorite sock base, which is an 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon. So down in the forest, one of a kind. And then I was trying to dye some Harry Potter colorways, and I was successful on a few accounts. But this is Luna Lovegood is Smarter Than You, which is a one of a kind. It started off, this was going to be a lumpy space princess colorway, and you see these like pops of purple here, but the purple separated at parts and made it much more of a light pink, and that kind of looked Rapunzel-y, but I didn't want that to be, I don't know. So then I just dumped a bunch of magenta on it because I like dumping magenta on things. So yeah, so this is Luna Lovegood is Smarter Than You. It's a one of a kind. Again, this is something I want to tweak to make it a repeatable. Yeah, so there's that. And then this is a colorway that is very similar to one that was a one of a kind last update, which was a little boogie. Yeah, I still really love this though. So super gorgeous, super speckly. This does not have a name yet. I don't know if it's going to be an impulsive skein or if I'm going to name it something. There's some navy. Yeah. And then the last one is an impulsive, but I'm going to try to figure this one out because I love the way that it came out. Again, super speckly, magenta, because I'm kind of obsessed right now. Super speckly. Yeah. So there is that. I don't know where that came from. But now on to some new colorways that I'm really, really excited about. So I am obsessed with teal blues and oranges right now, so I had to make something. I love this. And this colorway is called Nemo Touched the Butt. So I love it. I love this part where like it's a little speckly and where it overlaps. I just think this is absolutely gorgeous. So Nemo Touched the Butt. And then this colorway, which I'm also super excited about. And this is called Hipster Bouquet. So super light teals, light pinks, bright pinks, some bleed purple. I think this is super pretty as well. I'm so happy with how this came out. It was an accident, but I wrote down the recipe and yeah, I love it. Oh, it's so pretty. So Hipster Bouquet. Then the two Harry Potter colorways that are for sure going to be repeatable. And this is Hermione Granger Thinks You're Boring. So this is inspired by film Hermione, not book Hermione. So this is more of the Emma Watson Hermione. Speckles of green, I love the way that these speckles came out. So Hermione Granger Thinks You're Boring. So there's some purple, but it's mostly pink and green. There's some yellow and blue and purple, and I just love this. Hermione Granger Thinks You're Boring. Then my favorite one. This is called Ronald Weasley, How Dare You Steal That Car? This is based on the scene where Harry and Ron miss platform 9 3/4 in the Chamber of Secrets and have to steal his dad's car again. So there's this scene right before they get to, I think it's right before they get to Hogwarts. that's very blue and green and yellow. So tried to recreate that again. Super pretty speckles, just about everywhere. I love it. It's very, very layered. It's not coming out. There it is. It's better. Yeah. So, Ronald Weasley, how dare you steal that car? I was gonna do my Molly Weasley impersonation, but it's not that good. And then, so I got a chance to sample the Stellina base that I really want to buy more of. So these are two colorways that you've already seen. This is how Hipster Bouquet came out on Sparkle. I love it. I love it so much. Let me show you close up. So this is Silver Stellina. I don't know if I want to do Silver Stellina or Gold Stellina. I feel like a lot of people are doing Gold Stellina right now because everybody loves it so much, but I actually really love the way the Silver Stellina is. So we'll see what happens. Yeah. I love it so much. Hipster Bouquet. And then I dyed up Airplane Over the Sea. And you guys, I'm obsessed with how this came out. Yeah. So the way this came out on the Sparkle base is just, it's stunning. It's one of those moments that I am super proud of what I produced. Because I will never put something in the shop that I hate and that I'm not proud of. I'll just over dye it or something to make it prettier, which is usually why magenta is thrown on a bunch of stuff, because I hate the way it comes out. But yeah. So these will be in the shop in 2 weeks because these two skeins are going to two lovely friends. But yeah, so this is a little teaser for my Stellina base, which will launch in 2 weeks. But the other 8 skeins of yarn will be in the shop tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's Friday. So I hope you guys can make it. So thank you for just hanging out with me. It's running a little long, so I guess I'll talk about Indiana for a little bit. Not too long though. So Doug and I went to a 21 Pilots concert in Indianapolis last weekend on Saturday, right? No, it was on Sunday. It was on Sunday, we came back Monday. That's what happened. So we went there, visited with his brother and his brother's wife and their adorable little girl. She's 4 months old. She's amazing. I love her. She's the best baby I've ever seen in my entire life. I love her so much. Hung out with them, which is really great because we don't get to see them very often, and I just love them so much. So got to hang out with them for a little bit, went into the city because they live right on the outskirts of Indianapolis. So we went into the city and it was wonderful. Indianapolis is cool. Definitely not my favorite city I've ever been to, but it's cool. So went to the 21 Pilots concert it's the same place that the Pacers play. We were super high up, but it was an amazing concert. 21 Pilots were phenomenal. They were flawless. They played everything. There was one song that was kind of disappointing they didn't play, but I get it. I really wanted them to play Screen, which is one of my favorites from one of their older albums. Yeah, but they were amazing. They played older stuff from their first album, which is really great, and stuff from the album before, Blurry Face, so that was really cool. Super high energy, super fun, very interactive with the crowd. It was one of the best concerts I've ever been to. Yeah, it was amazing. So if you ever get a chance to go see 21 Pilots and you like their music, I would highly recommend it because they were amazing. So that was really fun, and then Doug and I we went back, crashed at his brother and sister-in-law's house, woke up the next morning, hung out with Rachel, who's his sister-in-law, and the baby while Dan went to work, and his brother, and it was just really nice. And then we left, went to the yarn store, and then went home. So it was really good. It was nice to get out of Michigan just for a day. It was really nice. Yeah. And then what else is going on? My sister's bachelorette party is Saturday. So that's insane. I can't believe she's going to be married this time next month. It's amazing. I'm so excited for her. So that's exciting. That's coming up. So that's all I'll be doing this weekend. Yeah, that's pretty much it right now. Just getting some wedding stuff for myself out of the way. I found my veil, which is super exciting. I can't wait till I get married and can share pictures of everything with you, because sometimes Doug watches. But yeah, so I'm really excited. I'm really excited for the next shop update. I really hope it goes well. Again, I'm super humbled by everything you guys have done. So with that, I will talk to you next time, and yeah, happy knitting. Bye.